coming. Thank you to Glad Day for having us, and to everyone at the Emerging Writers Reading Series for having me. So I'm going to read tonight a fairy tale, but it is more horror than happily ever after. It's maybe a little bit about the villains we confront every day. All right, here we go. It is A Very Small Woman and a Silver Looking Glass. In a very small cottage in the very deep woods, a very small woman stared at her reflection in a silver-looking glass. The face she saw was wrinkled and misshapen with sagging skin and droopy eyes. The lips were thin and cracked, the hair wispy and white. When she ran her fingers through it, she came away with so many spiderweb strands clinging to the bird-like bones, holding her hands together. When did I become so ugly, she asked her reflection, but the mirror gleamed in silence, and every day the woman would wake and hurry to its side to stare and ask and wonder and weep. One day, while watching the woman in the mirror wither a little more, a knock at the cottage door startled the woman out of her staring. "Come in," the woman called, and a lovely little girl wandered in. She carried with her a basket full of books and knives, an apple, a rose, and a bloody, still beating heart. "Who are you?" the woman demanded, both wary of the child's wildness and resentful of her beauty, the way her brightness illuminated every cobweb in the very small space. "Don't you know me?" the girl asked. "We used to be one." "No, you are mistaken," the woman replied churlishly. "I don't know you at all, and I am only one with her." She pointed at the crone in the glass. "Oh, a mirror," the girl exclaimed, instantly fascinated by her own cherubic face. "How wonderful." She set down her basket and stood next to the woman, and because the woman was so very small and the child was only a child still, there was room enough for two reflections floating in the silver frame. They passed the afternoon that way, the woman bemoaning all that she saw, and the girl laughing as she tilted and twirled, her features more perfect with every new angle the mirror revealed. Of course, the apple in her basket grew soft and brown, and her rose wilted with no water or sun. But she no longer cared for these things she had carried so long and so far into the very deep woods. They passed days and weeks and months that way, and the girl's books became dusty, and her knives became dull. But at the bottom of her basket, her heart remained, its beat ever weaker, its blood running dry. They passed years that way, the girl and the woman sharing the glass. The child grew bigger and the woman grew smaller, and the lines between the reflections blurred. The laughing and the weeping became the same formless sound, and eventually everything in the basket turned to rot or rust. Spiders descended and spun their webs around the beating heart, blackening it with their venom, then devouring it, piece by poisoned piece. It was a very long time in the very deep woods before another little girl came knocking at the cottage door. A voice did bid her enter, and she obeyed, wary though she was of the very small woman with the red-rimmed eyes she found within. "Who are you?" she asked. "Don't you know me, child?" the woman rasped in a voice as brittle as buttercups strangled by an early frost. "We used to be one." "No, you must be mistaken," the girl replied, shrinking back in horror at the thought. "I don't know you at all, and I am only one with her." She pointed at her own reflection, smiling, so beguiling in the looking glass. She set down her basket and came to stand next to the woman, who only wept and wailed and asked questions of the mirror as if she expected it to answer her one day. They passed the years together, they two, and the mirror made three, and the spiders made many, and they lost count of all the little girls who came knocking at the cottage door, who came and never left.